So today actually we're going to be learning how to make a healthy pizza, okay? So we're going to be doing two sides. Like we're going to be learning how to do a pizza for the night time, for the dinner time. And we're also going to be doing something for the lunch time. So any way you wanted to go ahead, you guys can enjoy any way you want. But it's going to be really yummy. So let's give another 2 minutes and then let's start. Okay. Okay, so we can start. Coach Fatung, are we ready?
Yes, we can go ahead, Koshifa.
Give me 1 second, okay? So Coach Fatung and I are together today in same place. So we're just gonna have one, there's an echo. So we'll just correct it and then we'll start. Okay. Okay, let's start. Let's do this. Let's learn about how to make a cauliflower. So before we actually start, we'll just tell a little bit about myself. So the picture really looks appetizing, okay guys? So you're gonna learn how to make cauliflower. So before we start, let's go ahead and let me give an introduction of myself. So I'm Coach Ifa. So in 2019, I first started this program. So before that, I have been heavy for around like 15 years. So more than 15 years, and I've been struggling for weight for so long. And I tried everything. I tried all the dieting. I tried the smoothie dieting. I tried all the kind of gym, boot camp, anything you say, you can name it. And I tried. But then again, I do lose the weight and I bounce back. So I don't know what was going on. And I met a friend who actually introduced this nutritional program for me. So when I first started the program, then I before that I was really feeling tired all the time, and I started to get like energizing. So I was like, okay, what is going on? So I feel like I have more energy with myself, and I started to lose actually weight, and then you can see me within 1 year's time. So I lost around like 26 kgs, and it's amazing. I learned actually entirely a new platform here. I learned how to eat healthy. I learned how to enjoy food actually. And I really learned, one thing I really learned is that I learned that I do not actually starve myself to actually lose weight. So I learned to maintain my whole weight, and I've been maintaining for the last 1 year. So that's about me. And today we are going to be doing cauliflower rice. So let me just show the ingredients. So I'm going to be using cauliflower. So what you can do is that you can use raw cauliflower, or you can actually use frozen ones also. It's up to you. You can already buy something which has already been shredded also. And then I'm going to be using, for the dough, I'm going to use some atta flour, and I'm going to be using mozzarella cheese, and I am actually going to use, I'm going to use tomato, I'm going to use some celery and onion, I'm going to use bell pepper, and I'm also going to be using capsicum, and for the green I'm definitely going to be using the spinach. So, and as for the dough, I'm also going to be using egg, and I'm going to be using the secret ingredient. We need to add some protein. So I'm going to be using F3, okay? And for more protein, I'm going to be using chicken. So what I have done here is that I have just boiled a little bit. I haven't cooked it all together, just boiled halfway through with salt and pepper. And I'm going to stir fry it. So the rest of the spices that I'm going to be using is, I'm going to be using salt. I'm going to use pink salt. I am going to be using pepper, black pepper. I'm going to use some garlic, and I'm going to be using parsley. So what you can do is that you can, since it's a pizza, you can use an Italian herb also. So I love parsley. So I'm going to be using parsley. I am going to be using olives. I'm going to use both green, and I'm also going to be using black also. And I'm going to be using a little bit of pizza sauce. I'm not going to use this too much because I don't want to actually use too much of processed ones. So I'm not going to be using too much of this, but I'm going to be using that as the sauce. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to show you guys how to do the cauliflower. I'm going to grind it actually. So let's make a bit of space here. Okay, so I'm just gonna, yeah. So I am just going to, so if I cut it little bits, it's gonna be easy. So I'm just gonna keep the stem out, but you can actually use the stem also. So you don't have to actually use. So the reason why I'm actually using the cauliflower is that cauliflower is low in carbs. So you're not going to be adding too much calorie actually to your, and it's especially when you're actually doing the detox week, you're going to be using a lot. So low carb veggies where you can actually get the carbs. So that's the reason why I'm actually using just low carb veggies. Okay. So I'm just using a bit more because I wanted to show you guys how you can use both with the flour and without the flour. So with the flour, it's going to be actually crunchy. Okay. So if you have any question, you go ahead and ask. Just shoot the questions. Okay. Because we're going to learn a very healthy recipe today. Okay. So okay, just a bit more. So when you're actually in dinner, since we're not going to be taking carbs for dinner, we can use it without the flour because flour is actually carb, and I'm using not white, I'm using atta flour. Okay, let's do this. Repeat it. And I'm not going to add water also. I'm just going to put it in the mixer. Let's see. I'm not going to be using too much of it. Okay? So I'm going to just put the voice mute. I'm going to mute for a second because it's going to be quite loud. I think I used too much of it, so I need to put a bit more out. And I'm going to use, okay. Since we're not actually using any water, it already have water. So what you can do is that after actually grinding it, you can use a cloth, a little bit of cloth, and you can put out the water also out. Okay. Okay. So let's see how much this is. Let me do a bit more. Okay. Do you guys have any questions?
If you guys have any question, you can just unmute and ask, or you can just write them in the message box.
So you're not gonna go full way and make a paste out of it, but you want it to have a bit of roughness also. Okay.
Actually, Cauliflower, just one question. Any cup measurement for this or any grams measurement specific?
I'm actually not using any kind of, I'm just using the one whole flower. I am using half of it. Okay. The cauliflower flowers. So I just halved it, and the half I'm using for the crust. Okay. We're done. Okay, so first I'm going to do the part where I'm going to use for the dinner. Okay, so one thing I'm going to use is the egg. So, yeah. I'm just going to use one egg. Okay, just one egg, and I'm going to use salt. So this is also, I always like, I feel like I'm going to put the salt until like the inner ancestor says, enough, child, enough, that's too much salt. So for you guys, you can, if you wanted to measure, you can just go for half teaspoon. Okay. And the other one is, okay. So how does, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use this. Okay. And I am going to use some parsley. And cheese. I'm going to use some mozzarella. Okay. And the secret ingredient. So we need protein to our body. So the small spoon, I'm going to be using actually two spoons. Okay. So protein is actually very important for our body because we need to build some lean muscles also. So we just mix it a bit. Okay. So just mix all together. And I am first going to actually show you the half there. Okay. So I'm actually using a tray, a rectangle one. So what you can do is you can actually make the crust part. You can either do a circle or you can actually do the whole as I have shown in the my picture. What you can do is you can do a full tray one also, rectangle also. You don't have to have a circle pizza. Just go ahead and have. So this is going to be your dinner. I'm not using any carb for this part. Okay, I'm not going to be using any carb for this part. So the other half, I'm going to add some flour in it. Okay, so you can really nicely round it as pizza. So when you add egg, it's going to bake it nicely. Okay, okay, so that's the other half. So I'm going to add some flour. Okay, I'm going to add some flour. So just a little bit. And make a dough, actually.
Is it Cauliflower? Is it white flour or brown? Or
It's actually atta flour I'm using. So it's kind of a brown. So it's not white. I'm not using the refined flour. I'm using the atta flour where you can just have a healthy meal. So you can just go ahead. Okay. So you can add a bit more flour if you want and have just one hard dough. I'm not going to be using too much of it. So I'm just going to add the other part. Okay. So this may not go as circle as you might want it as pizza, but it's going to be healthy. Okay. Do you guys see?
yes, the texture is different, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The texture as well as the color is also different. So this part, it's not going to be crunchy. It's not going to go like like holding the pizza and like eating a piece. It's not going to go like that. But this part where I added the flour, it will go as crunchy as it can be. Okay. But this, the part where I have made for dinner, it's actually going to be less crunchy. You can just take it, you can eat it with this. Okay. Let's try and see if I can do a bit of round actually. So this may not turn out to be round pizza. Okay. Okay, it's too big. So if you wanted to grind it more, it's perfectly okay. You can do that, but not the paste, not as smooth as a paste. Okay, because you really wanted to have the texture of cauliflower eating also. Okay. Okay, I guess this is enough. Okay, just give me 1 second. I wanna wash my hand. Okay. Okay. So you can preheat the oven. I'm gonna just add it, okay? Because I am just gonna do this just to show you guys how it looks. Just around like 20 minutes to like 200 temperature. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take this out of my plate and I'm gonna show you guys. I already made a dough. I'm gonna show you guys how. So it's gonna look like this. But this one, I have used full half, not half. This is with the cup. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys how it actually works. So now I'm going to use some onion. I'm going to cut some onion and some leeks. Okay, some leeks. Just for the just cubes. Okay, dice. You can go dice. What you can do is that if you really like the taste of the onion, you can actually add also, like, you can make it round big ones and then you can just add it on the toppings, like put it in the as the toppings. Okay. Just going to have it. So I'm gonna just fry a little bit. Okay. I'm just gonna fry just a little bit. I'm gonna add some olive oil, just a little bit, not too much. Okay, not too much. You guys can see, right?
All clear.
Okay. Okay, so while I'm doing this part, I'm gonna cut the rest of the veggies. Okay, so I'm gonna put it into more heat. I'm gonna add some salt. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt. Okay, just 1 teaspoon is gonna be fine. And I am going to add a bit of garlic. I love garlic. So I'm gonna a second. Okay. Some might think I'm using too much of garlic, but the taste actually is really good. So I'm gonna let it actually saute a little bit and discuss the rest of the toppings. So for the toppings, as I said, I am using bell pepper. So I'm using the bell pepper. You can actually cut the bell pepper into slices. Okay, so that it's going to be really colorful. So, okay, and just half. It's done. And then capsicum. Okay. So capsicum actually gives you a bit of chili taste, but it's not that hot, so you can actually eat. But if you really wanted to like have some chili or spiciness of chili, so you can add some chili flakes, or you can add some bead ice chili also, something like that. Just up to you. Okay. Okay. I don't take the seeds because I really like the taste of the seeds, so I actually don't take this out. Tomato, let me just cut. Circles. Okay. So this is actually going to be like 30 minutes. So what you can do is that you can already prep, or you can already keep the tomato or capsicum and bell pepper, all those things cut up ahead and prep the meals. So the only thing actually you're going to have to do is that you have to do the sauce part, mix the sauce part, and you can just use the oven for it. Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna use the since this is gonna be almost done. Okay. I like the taste of the onion actually, so that's the reason why I use the onion. Okay. So just a little bit, okay, not too much. Okay. All done. Okay, so now time to put the sauces in. Can you see? Almost. Okay. Yeah, on it. So, okay, I'm just gonna add. And you can just, okay. Really smells good. Okay, so now time for the toppings. You can just do anyhow. Okay. And after putting everything, we're just gonna bake it for like 10 minutes or even less than that you can, because these veggies that I'm using is something that you can actually eat raw also. So you can just eat it separate. Yeah, I'm gonna put some chicken also. So the reason why I only did like I didn't fully cook, so it's really soft. The chicken is really soft because I'm gonna be putting this back into the oven, right? So when we cook chicken too much, it gets harder. So I don't want to do that. Okay. Looks a bit. One more is there. Just to add, we need to add olives. So have around 4, 3, and we can have 4 back. Okay. I'm just gonna circle. I'm gonna cut it into circles. Oh, sorry. Okay. I love the taste. So I can go and add a lot. I can actually add a lot of olives. Olive is really healthy. So don't feel guilty in adding anything which is healthy. Just be mindful of the calories that you are intaking. Okay. Okay. Let's what do you guys think? So let me know in the chat box how you feel. Do you feel really like, okay, this is really tasty? You guys can go ahead and write number 2 in the chat box. I can actually see you guys in the chat box, so you can go ahead and write. Does it look yummy? Okay. The other one is mozzarella. Just can add more. So if you okay, so this is actually ready. I'm going to our so I'm gonna take the tray that I have actually put inside. That's how that is. Okay, let's see. So you can just top in and you can have it separately, like dinner and lunch all together. You can prep it all. So I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna put the pizza. So give me just 1 second to move my pizza so it doesn't fall. Okay. There we go. Okay. Just hold so that I actually don't burn myself. Okay, so we're gonna keep it for like 5 to 6 minutes. You can go ahead if you really want to like have it a bit more done. So you can go for 10 minutes also. So I'm just gonna go for like 5 minutes. Okay. Heat up so that it's gonna be done faster. Okay. So Coach Fabian, do we have any slides for today? So while it goes, let's go through the slides. Okay. Okay. I love seeing my picture. Okay, yeah. So our slides actually, so the nutrition
Anytime it's open. Yes. No.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go through the slides. So these are the fit clubs. So these are the physical clubs that we have. We have it around Malaysia. So even though if we are international, anybody who actually wants to, who goes to Malaysia, you should check around. We have different nutrition clubs in different places, and nutrition clubs also, fit clubs and nutrition clubs. And this is our lifestyle hub. So one thing that actually came through COVID is that we've been expanding our WXS hub throughout internationally. So anyone who is there out there anywhere can join us in our program. So this is our timetable. Actually, we have our fit hours, we have our morning fit hours and the evening fit hours, as well as we have our master classes where you can actually learn yummy shakes. So after the fit hour, it's an important thing to have our shakes just to get protein well enough for our muscles, to build our lean muscles. We also have our development classes. So we have our 5 a.m. club and we have our healthy nutrition classes like this one, healthy cooking. Yeah, so you guys can go ahead and ask your coaches for more information. So these are actually our transformation programs. We have our 10 days lean and tone program. Every 10 days you can join, and then we have actually our 21 days fit challenge. So that would be the first, sorry, that will be our first step. You can either join to our 10 days lean and tone program, and you can join our 21 days fit challenge. So we have our 21 days, we have for women, we have for unisex, we have for. So after actually joining in these programs, after using a little bit, then the next step definitely is going to be the makeover project. So it's an 8-week program where you're going to be actually toning up, and what you're going to actually get at the end of this program is that you're going to get an amazing magazine cover photo shoot, and you're going to be looking like beautiful, amazing people. And the next program is that you're really looking for these apps, as you can see in the picture. That is going to be our body transformation challenge. So it's also 8 weeks. So you can just join in for that. Okay. So those are our programs. Okay. So what else? Do you like pizza? So we have a guest here also who is actually inspecting our pizza. So he's actually very curious. Buy what? Okay, so our next one is our promotion for Australia August month and the September month. Okay, you guys can go ahead and ask your own coaches how you can actually get this promotion. You still have September, you can qualify for it definitely. Okay, so that would be about all the slides that we have. So let's go and check the so we're gonna keep it for a bit more, few more minutes. Okay. So do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any questions? So let's see if we can, actually this one I'm gonna show you guys. So it's quite soft. Let me see if I can.
Actually, Cauliflower, there's one question. How much cheese we use and what kind of sauce we use for the filling?
Cheese, right? You asked about the cheese. So
Yeah,
yeah, you
cheese
can
and also the sauce used in the filling.
Oh yeah, I just use, as for the sauce, I just use pizza sauce. So the brand that I actually use is Ragu one. That's the one that I actually get from my place. So it's a homemade style. So since this is actually processed one, that's the reason why I don't use too much of it. Okay, but this is, but if you really like wanted to make your own one, you can just make tomato puree. You can just cook and make your own sauce by adding salt and everything. So since actually we are always in a rat race, we are always in a rush, the best next thing that we can always try and have as much as healthy ones that we can. So as for the cheese, I just used just a cup of it, like one cup cheese would be enough actually. So that will be okay. So this one, Actually, this is also, you see, I'm not going to try and cut the whole thing because I really do not want to. Just going to show you the different texture, okay? I'm not cutting the whole thing is because I don't want to damage the tray also. Give me 1 sec. Since I didn't actually use any kind of, like, this is going to be very soft. That's the reason why I said without the flour in it, the texture is going to be very soft. So you can just use this one with the spoons. So the other part, this is, you can actually take it nicely. This part is going to be more crunchy actually. So you can just eat it as a one whole piece as you are taking the whole one. So just a bit harder in the sides because it's got more crunch. So you can just take the slice. There's a difference between the two slides. See? The other one, it's going to be a bit difficult to take because we didn't use the flour in it. So it's going to be very difficult to like take and eat. You can just use a spoon. But this one, you can just eat like this with the toppings. So that's the difference. Okay, let's see our pizza. Okay, let me move this aside so that we can have this. Okay. Okay, this is going to be very hot. I'm going to try and slide. Let's see if I can do this and not make a mess out of it. See if I can actually move the pizza. Okay, nailed it. Okay. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, so what do you guys think actually? Do you think it's gonna be yummy? Shall we take a picture? Okay.
Everyone, can you turn on your camera so that we can take a beautiful picture?
Okay. Okay, so do you guys have any questions?
If I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
this size of a pizza is suitable for how many person? Can I eat the full one, or with how many people need to be shared for a proper calorie intake?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was saying this size we can use actually for 2 people.
Okay.
This size. It can be
Okay.
enough for 2 people because we can actually take 4 slices, small 4 slices, so half for each. But
Okay.
if you really wanted to like go ahead, you can just have double the size and then we can just,
Okay. Thank you.
okay. I think I saw a question. Can you repeat the sauce ingredient? So what you can use for the sauce is that you can make a puree out of this one. So when you actually cut this and then you cook and you use a tomato paste, a little bit of tomato paste and this one, and what else you can use is salt, and you can use garlic, and you can add a bit of pepper also, and just make it soft and make a cook it and fry it, make a puree out of it, and then you can just add. So what I did was that since it's a sauce and it's a puree, what I have added, the extra ones that I added was the onion, and the leeks, just to bring out the taste, and some garlic also. I added more garlic because I love the taste of garlic actually. So one other thing you can actually do is that you can use the spinach. You can put the spinach also in it. So it's going to be really tasty. So you can either have a salad with it, or you can add actually the spinach into the pizza and then also have it. So let me show you. So it's already cut in half. Can you see? So since it's actually use the carb, you can take it. What do you guys think? So what you can do is you can add a bit of spinach. Since I did not use spinach inside it, you can use the spinach inside the pizza. You can just chop in the spinach, and also you can bake it. I love having spinach separately. I can have a salad with it actually. Any other questions you guys have? No? Okay. So if you guys don't have any questions, you guys should wait for our fit class, because we have our fit class starting at just in few minutes time. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy. You should really make it and enjoy. And I'm definitely gonna come back with you guys again for another cooking class with another yummy dish. Okay.
Can we have one more photo with you for Shifa?
Oh, yes, sure.
Our fit class will be starting in 10 minutes. So guys, tune in and enjoy our fit hour.
Okay.
Thank you for Shifa. It was a really an amazing session. Look forward tasting it soon.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Bye.